It's our last day in Bordeaux, so we're going to do a wee boat tour on the river. But that is not lovely behind us, so should be a bit of crack as long as it's not too sunny. Excuse me. So yeah, it's very sunny at the minute. Just turn yours around here. I think you can go to the top. Yeah. Some lovely. This is a big square at the front of the river. See, all the restaurants don't put their stuff out until really midday. It's only about 10ish in the morning. Very, very warm. This last 4 days we've had very, very warm weather. There's a bridge on down here, and it opens up and lets cruise ships up. But this one unfortunately doesn't. This is where they come to. This used to be the port, and they come right up here so they would and park their boats here. Some beautiful photographs. I'd just like to see some of these photographs. Look at that. Spectacular. Lovely. So seemingly the new mayor that came in a lot of years ago realised that there was potential for tourism. But back then, the facades, front of the buildings were all completely covered in black soot, and it just wasn't appealing. You can see some of them, like the one over here behind a tree. See this one here? Well, that one there is hold on, I just wipe this camera 1 minute. It's a bit better. So you can see it where it's been sandblasted. So they get a grant basically from the government and get them all cleaned. I'm going to just bring it around the other way now. You can see all the buildings have all been cleaned up. So this is where we're headed for the boat. What I've noticed about the river, very brown. It's like a sediment coming seemingly from the Pyrenees, and it's like that all the time. But they reckon it's very healthy. But I haven't seen anybody in swimming in it, to be honest with you. The boat we're going on, you have the upper deck with the canopy, and you have below with the underneath air conditioned. So it looks lovely. So soft now. So we're leaving. Happy days. Happy days.
We are beginning a cruise of 1 hour now, sailing on the Garonne River next to the city of Bordeaux. Je vais faire des commentaires en français et en anglais l'équipage qui vous accompagne aujourd'hui. So, please pay the bar. You can use a little ticket received at the entrance to have a drink of your choice. In the entire world, for this project, we became rich and very famous in the world. So you just kept these 6 ones, and now you have a pleasing place called Bordeaux Village. You can find some bars, some coffee. You also have some shops, party shop, and even en face de nous, un pont très particulier. Il s'agit du pont Jacques-Chaban-Delmas. C'est le plus grand en Europe dans son genre. That's the biggest in Europe like this. Est-ce que vous connaissez sa particularité? Do you know his particularity? C'est un pont qui se soulève. That's a bridge you can climb. Plus précisément, c'est la travée centrale qui va se surélever. More precisely, that's a central platform, which can climb. Donc, elle peut s'élever, j'insiste sur ce mot, car elle fonctionne comme un ascenseur. Elle s'élève à l'horizontale et elle va atteindre 50 meters. So, we need to let them the access. Donc évidemment, on ne l'ouvre pas tous les jours. rouvre à l'occasion de l'arrivée ou du départ de ces bateaux. So obviously we don't open it every day, that's just one day. Cette cité du vin, donc très moderne, sa forme elle est très particulière. Avec cette couleur, elle voulait représenter un autre emblème de la ville. With that color, she wanted to represent. Nous allons parler des esturgeons. Among the fish we can find in the Garonne River, you have some esturgeons. Donc des esturgeons car nous faisons notre caviar d'Aquitaine et de Gironde. So esturgeons because we are protecting the caviar of Aquitaine and Gironde. Donc ils sont en élevage et protégés évidemment. They are in captivity and protected, obviously. Of the year, and for that reason, that's very hard to find and expensive. Donc aujourd'hui, pour la pêcher à l'enfant, on a des autorisations sur quelques périodes de l'année seulement. Bon, nous venons de passer sous un pont. Il s'agit. The Aquitaine Bridge is the third bridge built in the city of Bordeaux. It was inaugurated in 1967. Et c'est également le dernier pont que vous trouverez dans l'estuaire. On s'est basé sur la hauteur de ce pont, qui est plus ancien, car on veut permettre l'accès en fait au même bateau, donc pas besoin de le faire plus haut. So, we are the same eye for the two bridge because, well, we take the eye above for the same boat, for same ship, so we don't need a bridge higher than that.
It's a bit cooler down here.
In the past, that were also specialized in the military boats. C'est intéressant, une petite anecdote sur le pont d'Aquitaine, qui est un pont en réalité doré. I will tell you a little fun fact about the Aquitaine Bridge, which is in reality a golden bridge. Alors, un pont doré. So, a golden bridge. Donc, qui vous parle de la base sous-marine en elle-même et de sa création. So the basin supplies, you have exhibition of arts, projecting in lights, so reflecting on the water and on the walls of the district. You also have a part historical, where you learn how were built the of this unity in the architecture of the city, so neoclassical. Since 2007. C'est des négociants de vin qui se sont installés dans ce quartier et qui y ont habité. Donc on retrouve des maisons très étroites et hautes.
Gonna have some snails and parsley butter.
Some oysters.
No, you just know what these are for.
We didn't have oysters.
Would you like a snail, Declan?
Why not?
Is it nice? Yeah, it looks lovely.
Qui m'a donné tant de joie. Et je sais que cette nuit-là, mon amour a pris sa vie.
Sorry. last night, 35 degrees, 7 o'clock at night, and we're heading to dinner. Happy days. I believe it's been raining at home all day. This place comes alive at night. That's St. Peter's. That's the chapel that I was in earlier on today. And it's very, very busy with the people eating and dining under the shade, because it is sitting about 30 degrees here. Now at the minute it's 7 o'clock.
I'm not sure. They're dancing up. They're going to play.
Absolutely stuffed after our meal there, so take a walk down to the river now. It's very cool in the evenings here, but it's very warm during the day if you get good weather. This is one of the town gates at the front. Once the whole Bordeaux was completely covered with walls, and it had 4 different gates, and this was the front one. As I say, it was owned by the English at one stage, but now it's all French. Okay, everybody always asks the question, when you're at a city, would you come back to this city that you've been? Without a doubt. Service 1, restaurants 2, what to do in the city is unreal. You've got the architecture, the people, and you know what? It's so clean, this city. There's bags being changed 3 times a day in the street. Police are walking everywhere. You wouldn't even notice them. And a very safe city indeed. Definitely, if it was me and you wanted a city break, Bordeaux's definitely for you. Will I be back? Yeah, I'll be back. Forgot to mention, it's not over yet. I'm heading to Edinburgh tomorrow morning for a few days, so it should be a good crack. Okay, bye. The water behind me here gives a reflection, you know, like a beach. When you're on the beach at night, it gives you a reflection. So we'll have a wee look and see if it does or not. The bridge took 12 years to build. That was the first bridge over the river, and it took 12 years to build. That's all I know. Don't ask me anymore. Looks like steam coming off him, but it does, I suppose it does throw off a reflection. Yeah. So are we getting a reflection? Does anybody see it? Comment below. somewhere around here. There's a bit of a grill or somewhere around here. Don't know where it is. Oh, who's that man? Oh, who's that? That's King Kong, so it is. Other thing I've noticed about Bordeaux, it's not overpopulated like Paris. And yes, there is a lot of other people in it, but it's just nice and people are so friendly. Definitely worth a visit, definitely. Oh, rather you than me get up there, because there's no way I'm getting onto that. No fucking way. Gotta do a little thumbnail. So I'm gonna go up here. Declan was saying to me that he stayed here the last time, so and they play music. This is normally a big place, he was telling me, where they would have music concerts and there'd be different like markets whole way around this tree line and stuff. So today it's very quiet. Tonight, after the sun we've had today, it's just an ideal walking area. So it is. Okay. Show you something that I think is spectacular. Not everybody will appreciate this, but I will. There's a lot of people playing jazz and there's old people dancing here in the night. Like, it's nearly 10 o'clock at night. And there's not a midget. That's one thing I've noticed. There's no midgets here. So this is something I really appreciate. Wait till you see, I'll bring you closer and let you have a look at this here. See this here? Absolutely unreal. Look at that. Huh? The shells from the Pyrenees right down. Like shells. Isn't that lovely? Absolutely fantastic. And the water's so clear. Look at the horse sleeves. Definitely a beautiful place.
You want danser, monsieur?
Would I come back to this city? Without a doubt. This city is class. I highly recommend it. Bordeaux is probably far better than Paris. Definitely now. It is definitely now. People will understand who've been to Paris and have came here. Come to Bordeaux! What's really interesting to me is, how did they make that? How did they sculpt that the size of that? Like, and then how did they get the sculpture at the very top, on the top? Because it was built in the 1800s, like. It's just amazing. This place is definitely amazing. I've always wanted to go to Paris, but lately I've been looking at stuff on the internet and it's put me off it. I decided to go here. Well, my friend brought me here to Bordeaux and I am so glad I came. I wasn't going to come, but definitely highly recommend it for a city break. Anybody that likes wine and eating and dining and relaxing, you'll love Bordeaux. Hard to believe that this city was English for 3 centuries. 3 centuries! Oh my god! And now you would never thought that the English is that footnote.
Magari in partenza e poi dopo se non hai niente da fare appunto vai a benzina però ti posso anche dire una cosa che io sono una macchina.
Arrived, as you can see. Fuck, it is warm here as it is anywhere else. Unreal. The only way to travel in Bordeaux is on the tram. Lovely. Popped into the church at 7:30 in the morning, and my god, unreal. I've never seen anything like it, architecture wise. I think this is it here. Dominican Convent of Bordeaux. And all the people in it, all the, is it priests? They're like monks dressed up in white linen. Big load of them, and there you can see them with previous footage. Bordeaux's lovely, but it's just very, very warm at the minute. It's now 7:30 in the morning. We've such a day packed in. But I thought I'd get out early and get some croissants. To the church. That's there. Look at it, it's beautiful. Lovely. Out looking for a cup of coffee. 7:30 in the morning. And everybody else is sleeping in bed. I just couldn't sleep. I need to have something to eat. Maybe like croissants or something like that there, just to take medication in the morning. So I was at a 24/7 and it's open at 8 o'clock. What do you see? These are the way of transport, and you just pay a ticket for 7 days and you get on at any time. Fantastic. They're everywhere, every street. Brilliant. Lovely tree-lined area. That's nice. Nice shop, Declan. Look at the wine. Going to do a wee walking tour now, because you don't get to see it unless you get someone to tell you about it. So we'll have Andy in the middle there, who's telling us a wee bit about the place. Happy days. And it is about 28 degrees here today.
Which is French for the big bell. So that's a 7.5 ton bell,
My God.
Which is very, very old. I mean, the original gate, this is one of the city gates, so I'm going to show you a couple of the city gates. Medieval, it was built by the French after the 100 Years' War when they took back Bordeaux. Because, I don't know if you know, but Bordeaux was English for 300 years.
That's right.
Is a pebble. Before they put the river to balance here, the pebbles here to the river.
Right.
So it's also, yeah, it's the same as La Grosse Cloche.
Yeah.
So it came about because the Duchess of Aquitaine was called. Figure out that is Saint-Jacques. And if you look, you can probably just see that he's pointing with his fingers. Well, it's massive. About 100,000 of them.
Is there?
And often I have occasionally German tourists, and they say they're all over Germany now.
Yeah, okay.
And it was started by a German artist who wanted to find a way of kind of reminding people, what happened. Yeah, you'll see these all over town because
Okay.
part of the route comes through Bordeaux.
Yeah.
And this is the UNESCO World Heritage plaque.
Ah,
But I'll
yes.
talk a bit more about that when we get pre-revolution and after the French Revolution. A lot of people think the French Revolution just kind of happened in Paris. So
I've never seen so many Italian restaurants.
yeah.
Whoa. Look at that building. Whoa.
So this is Place de la Bourse. So just to give, I think another good idea is just to.
This is an old church, and it's now a cinema. So, looks nice.
This
is the actual
不看吗？是进不看。
city. What I have noticed in Bordeaux, should I say, is that the houses are all of like a sandstone, and if anybody has any idea of where the stone came from, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
So it's a simple way. So if you ever want to know where you are, so the river's down there.
Ah, I see.
So it's
yes.
hard to, I've got terrible sense of direction. It's quite hard to get lost.
Yeah, okay.
Because as long as you know where the river is,
Yes.
as long as you know where Rue Saint-Emilion is.
It's a lovely name, a patisserie. I was noticing about the knockers. Look at the knockers. And all the knockers are like that. Aren't they, Becky?
I'd call them, but anyway.
What a fantastic clean city this is. That bin down there has been changed 3 times since I've been here. That's today, this morning, this afternoon, and now this evening. Unreal city. And it's so warm today. So these were gates of the city. Spectacular. And the bell, not bell, it's something to do with the British leaving the city, and they owned the city, the British, at one time, and they used to ring it when they wanted to ring it, and they'd punish the French by saying, we'll stop ringing your bells. So they used to stop ringing their bells just to punish the people from the city if they were up to badness. Unreal. Morning. Day 3, heading to Saint-Emilion. Looking forward to the day. I've always wanted to go to Saint-Emilion. Great wine region. We're going to visit a winery and have a bit of lunch. Should be fun. Okay, I think he's updated. Some beautiful chapels here. Absolutely fantastic. The architecture is absolutely undeniable.
I was working as a set decorator, production designer during 2020 to pay the taxes, you know, in the 16th century. Go very deep with the roots to find what the different is when it's not read to and so you see that well, you have to work with Mother Nature. Okay? But now, at the moment, they started to cut the branches and the leaves. But sometimes you can see the earth, you see the baby vines on the
Being into love, they built ships to go. And this is tragic for us because it's too soon for them to be as big.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Waves during the spring. I don't know if you heard about this. We reached like 40 degrees Celsius, which is 100. The earth is getting warmer. And now, like for us, for the wineries, it's not a big deal unless we have like another and in that case, weather, which was 2022, we almost lost everything. But then the state gave us the right to irrigate a little bit, which helps the grapes retake. Would hang from the ceiling, and you would have monks which would take these ropes and barefooted crush some grapes. Now we don't do this anymore because we don't have enough monks to do it. So the machine that we use is called a fouloir, but it's going to have exactly the same purpose. It's basically a cube, and inside the cube you have a screw. This screw is turning, and throughout the screw there are also these tiny little blades. So because the screw is turning, the grapes are going to be the same thing from having took the wine and brought it back to really weird and really old guy upstairs, which is named Bob. And that's why it's called the game. I like to pour the first one, okay? When they are cooked, even though it's the summer, I like to have the second wine because the second wine is more like, a meal kind of wine, whereas this one is more like a standalone.
An interesting day, lovely day, good to see it, and got to buy a decent bottle of wine as well. Some of the wines that we're buying nowadays aren't the best, but here we have the cheese and salami, and we're surrounded. Not just if you go to anywhere else. Like here, there's grapevines everywhere, and the people who were taking our tour were absolutely fantastic. So altogether, it was a good day, and this was the best one. Look at the colour of me here this week, unreal. You could spend a month in France, and I can see what the pull is, why people come to France. All the shops with the wine, selling wine, everything's wine, wine, wine for sale.
The bottle of wine, that means it's organic. So it's important. Because the walls are classified with the UNESCO, and so Mr. Pelletier imagined this amazing painting on the wood, and there is a second painting on the wood also, and after there is the classified. But it's really
It's lovely, isn't it? Beautiful. Sunday or Sunday. It's going to get packed out. So it'll be out here and everywhere. So
It's still active here.
it's still same as it's most every day.
So you see in front of us there is a convent, Hanover convent, it's the Catholic convent. They make a cremant.
Very treasure.
In saint-Emilion, in this place, he was looking for a cave to be alone and to pray. And so, because it's full of caves and caverns everywhere in the limestone, we found a cave under the church, and we stayed there and we made a lot of miracles. And so the village became more and more popular. And so they decided here, the people, to give the name.
So when the monk came here, he was staying in this chapel. He was called Saint-Emilion, and they called the area after him. So this is where he actually stayed, and he created many a miracle from this little church in Saint-Emilion. So that's it. midday.
Look at these timber houses, look at that. You know, it was dangerous. And so that's why in the 18th century, they decided in Saint-Emilion and in Bordeaux to destroy, I can say, all those timber houses and to build a new village, a new city in Bordeaux. In Bordeaux, there is only 3 timber houses like that. If you go to Normandy, you can see many houses like that.
France is a very Christian country. You can see statues all over of Our Lady, and because it was monasteries everywhere, that's why. That's Saint-Emilion's house. It is not, but definitely worth a visit if you're coming to Bordeaux. Do a wine tour in Saint-Emilion. The architecture is slightly different in this house because it's Dutch wineries, so that's why you'll find this house is different. Nice looking. Unreal. I think this is confession boxes. How many sins have been told here? Where you kneel down and the priest sits in the middle. And everybody goes to each side. And then there should be a wee shutter. The shutter closes here. And then it opens. Actually practicing. We got a sneak preview of this orchestra. We're practicing, and this is Saint Andre, isn't it? Yeah, Saint Andre Corps Marble. Absolutely fantastic. Look at the stone, the stained glass windows is unreal. Easily the best church I've ever seen. Definitely. That you see in front of us here, this would be the town hall. It says Hotel de Ville, but that means house. So basically, during the riots, can't remember the date, but they all came here and they burnt the 800-year-old doors to the ground, and these are the new ones. Okay. be careful. If you can't be careful, be good.